morning, my friend. Today is March 12th, 2025. I want to share my experience yesterday with a therapist. It was my very first time in 10 years seeing a therapist. So this idea came to me about maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I felt quite stressed about relationship, career, and life in general. I forgot how I exactly thought about seeing a therapist, but I definitely had the idea of seeing a therapist. I think it could benefit me a lot from talking to someone professional. I just want to talk to someone who had lots of experience with different people from all walks of life, dealing with stress, difficulties, trauma, pain. And I got to know a therapy place about 2 months ago, but for a different purpose. Back then I was doing well, and I actually felt a very strong urge to organize meditation practice in Changsha, but I wanted to find a good venue for that activity. So I just looked on map meditation. I tapped 冥想, the Chinese for meditation, on Baidu map. There was very few results, and one of them happened to be near our usual venue at Hohu, near the Central South University. I drove there. They opened about 2 months ago back then, so it was November 2024 or maybe December. And then I talked with them. I told them that I wanted to organize people for meditation practice on weekdays, because during the weekdays I am very available during the day, and I wanted to have regular practice with people. I want to lead people to practice meditation together. And it was a very smooth communication. They agreed me to use their space. However, I texted people in our meditation group chat, and a few had responded, but the meditation practice did not end up happening. Not enough people are available or interested enough. Maybe it's my own reason, because I didn't try, I didn't send out more message inviting people to practice meditation together. So I think it was mainly because I just lost that desire to organize meditation practice. Anyway, they also do counseling, therapy, and all sorts of activities there. It's more like psychological. I mean, I don't know how to translate it. It's more like a space for mental health, for communication, yeah, therapy, all sorts of stuff. So I just texted them yesterday and see if I could see a therapist. And yeah, they asked me to just go there and have a quick checkup. Yeah, I fill out 3 forms about my mental health. However, I wasn't feeling that bad, and my score turned out to be very low according to their metrics. I wasn't diagnosed with anything like, depression or just all sorts of other mental health issues. Yeah, but when the therapist came in, just 2 of us, and I started sharing my troubling thoughts with her. I shared my recent trip to Thailand with my girlfriend and my use of marijuana, and yeah, everything happened afterwards. And then I also talked about my relationship with my family and my career, my current obstacle in career path, not knowing what exactly I could do to advance my career as a content creator, as an author. And I shared my inner conflict between the life I want to live and the life I'm actually living, and also the location I want to be living at. I mean, I didn't really share that because I realized I didn't really have the answer. If you ask me where do I want to relocate, whether a foreign country or somewhere in China, I don't have an answer. I only told her maybe Tibet in China, because I wanted to further explore myself by putting myself in a more sort of divine atmosphere, like surrounding with monks, so I could meditate every day. I could just explore my inner self. But the idea just doesn't appeal me that much, so I wouldn't take that action. I wouldn't actually move to Tibet. At least now I'm not doing that. But if you ask me if I want to move to Thailand or some other foreign country, I don't have that desire either. And I don't want to be staying in my hometown forever, so it's like a conflict. I shared also my experience in US. After graduating from college, I experienced lots of moments, down moments, deep pain, deep stress, if that makes sense. Like I was stressed as hell. Yeah, it just feels very therapeutic. Only from expressing my thoughts and telling someone my experience and having someone paying attention to me fully, listening to me wholeheartedly. However, after the therapy session, it was like an hour and half an hour, I realized there's a lot more to talk about for the therapist to have a full picture about my mental world, my inner space. It is very complicated. That is normal. Like, humans have a very complicated mind. Psychological space is very complicated, and that's how it is supposed to be, I think. But finally, I mean, at the end of our session, she recommends me seeing a different therapist. I didn't ask her why. She just told me, she asked me if I was willing to see a male therapist who is professional and specialized in addiction recovery and had experience in I forgot the term, but in Chinese, 精神分析疗法. It's one type of therapy method. And I asked about the rate, $500 for each an hour session, each 1 hour session, like 1 hour each session, 500 RMB, and that is about $70, I think, $70 US. It is a lot, honestly. I don't feel so comfortable spending that much money on therapy, but I also looked on the internet. Talkspace, it's an online therapy provider, and $99 per week and 30 minutes each session talking, and that is a lot more, because half an hour online, I don't think that's gonna be effective at all. Like, half an hour, what you gonna talk about? Like, you can't even explain one situation well. And one session a week, I think it is not enough. I want something like maybe more frequent, like maybe one session every day, and every session is like maybe 2 hours or even a bit longer, so we can talk more deeply. Lots of things needs to be communicated and discussed more deeply to have some effective results. This is my understanding, but I doubt that would happen, at least with professional therapy. It's unaffordable, too much, it's too pricey, it's too expensive, and that is the problem, I think, in this industry. In mainland China, you have lots of small agency providing therapy, counseling, but it's very hard to find the right ones. How do you actually find the right therapist who can actually provide some, accurate guidance don't know. I just didn't try. And it was my first try yesterday. It was my first experience. But overall, I felt good. I felt good that someone actually could be there for me and listen to me. By the way, it cost me 299 bucks RMB, 299 for that first checkup session. Yeah, it was not a serious therapy. It was more like before making an appointment with the real therapist. You just talk to someone about your situation, and they would just make a conclusion, make arrangement for you based on what you tell them, right? Anyway, I definitely want to address my mental health issues. The problem is I haven't figured out how. I really treat like expressing myself in this way in my videos as my own therapy. I'm expressing myself, and I would definitely listen to my own videos, and I might just have that click. I suddenly realize, oh, I was thinking like this, I was feeling this way. With more understanding about myself is already therapeutic. Knowing myself, getting to know myself more, this is the end goal of a therapy, in my understanding. Because I don't expect to transform myself with a few therapy session, and that is just impossible, and that is not a wise thing to do either. Because how can you just get rid of all your thoughts with just some conversation with some strangers? Because all your thoughts might come from 10 years ago, right? Your troubling thoughts might stem from a past experience, and that had some influence on you for a very long time. And it might serve you with some positive outcome, even it's painful. Okay, I wish we all can become healthy physically and mentally. Thanks for watching and listening. We can talk if you feel like we could talk, 6:58, I'm going to wake up my girlfriend.